Meeting to order. I'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start the meeting off with the approval of minute. Well, no, everybody here has been here before, knows where the exits are, and if anything happens to fall around out the door, he'll be the first one. Other than that, we're gonna hold the meeting in accordance with our rules and procedures we passed earlier this year. First item up is approval of meeting minutes. We will only be able to do the July 5th meeting. Everybody had a chance to review those. Any comments? Do I have a motion on the 5th of July meeting minutes? Motion by Tim to approve, second by Doug. Any other comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Adrian abstained. We cannot do the 19th because Aaron's not here and we would need 3, so we'll go back. Legal notices published. None. We didn't have any. First item up is PB 0702-23, the 3-lot re-subdivision Fowler. They are not able to make it tonight. They sent a letter requesting that we hold the meeting or table the application. We do have 2 resolutions in front of us. The first one we would do would be the designation of lead agency under the state environmental quality review regulations. So, well, let's first, since it's a public hearing, since I completely forgot. I assume staff doesn't have any comments on this one. Okay, this is a public hearing. Do we have anybody either in the room or on the, do we have anyone on?
Nobody online.
Okay, we'll open the public hearing and then we'll table this application or we'll continue it. So first item up is the designation of lead agency. We declare ourselves the lead agency for seeker for this one. Do I have a motion to waive the reading and approve this resolution as presented? Moved by Doug, seconded by Adrian. Any other comments? Clerk, take a roll call vote, please.
DeLucia.
Aye.
David.
Aye.
Adrian Bellis. Ed Henry.
Aye. Okay, that one's passed. Next item up is the continuation resolution. We're going to pick the date of September 6th. So we're going to continue this to the September 6th meeting. Do I have a motion to waive the reading and approve the continuation? Motion by Tim. Motion by Tim, second by Adrian. Any other comments? Clerk, take a roll call vote, please.
DeLucia.
Aye.
David.
Aye.
Adrian Bellis. Ed Henry.
Aye. Okay, the other thing that I just wanted to go in the record is that there is a draft resolution that has information in it about what is going to be required to get a complete application. For the record, I would hope that the applicant and the applicant's engineer would review this resolution, which I know they have in their possession, and attempt to have a completed application by September 6th. If it's completed and we can go ahead and move forward and with our determinations or our review under seeker, great. If not, we'll have to table it again or continue it until we get a completed application as it relates to seeker. So I wanted to go on the record with that. And Dan had a comment. Dan?
Yeah, I just want to add one comment to that is we would like to receive it obviously before the 6th so that the staff has time to review it. And
Well, I would go one step further. It needs to be submitted in the timeline that we typically do so that we can get staff review as well as board review prior to the meeting. So I would hope that they would have it complete.
could we put the August 16th date in the minutes then? That it would need to be submitted by then?
Oh, we can. We can put in any submissions, John, any submissions of updated documents would need to be provided by August 16th. Okay, with that, we'll move on to the next item. Next item up is the PB 0801-23, final site plan for Lee Masline. And this is,
We got an email, Chairman, on this one. The engineer was not able to be here tonight. But was in agreement with the resolution, has reviewed it with the conditions. And would be in favor of it moving forward if it's okay with the board.
okay, Ron, anything?
I came in about 4:30, 4:45 tonight.
Yeah, okay, good, yeah, is there anything from any other staff? Okay, it's not a public hearing, anything from the board on the Masline one?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolution as presented? Moved by Doug, seconded by Adrian, any other comments? We'll take a roll call vote, please.
Jim DeLucia,
Aye.
Doug Beats. Adrian Velez, Ed Heminger.
Aye. Okay, that one's done. Okay, now we have PP 0802-23. Brent Rosiak and Susie Mandrino. Any changes since last? Okay,
Good to
Ron?
go. It's good to go.
Good to go.
And highway, good. Engineering, anything from the board? We have a resolution. Do I have a motion to, well, I assume you're okay with the conditions on the resolution? Have a motion to waive the reading and approve the resolution as presented. Offered by Tim, seconded by Adrian. Any other comment? Clerk, take a roll call vote, please.
Jim DeLucia.
Aye.
Doug Beats.
Aye.
Adrian Velez, Ed Heminger.
Aye. Okay, now we go to, thank you very much, all taken care of, work with staff on whatever you need to do to get the final site plan in so we can sign it. And then the filing and all the other things that go along with it. Okay, discussions, Ron.
We're still trying to set up a meeting with Ange and Gracia,
Have a good day.
Farmington Market Center.
Yep,
Hopefully we'll be able to do that. The town board did make a determination of non-significance at their last meeting and are ready to move forward, but we have extended the olive branch to Ange to meet with us, and hopefully that'll happen.
right,
Other than that, been working on letters of support and town board resolutions for grant applications for South Farmington Friends Church and Cobblestone and other arts, cultural grant applications to the county. And county planning is putting together a grant application for phase 1 of the drainage study of Black Creek and Black Brook. So
very
we
good.
should be
That should be very interesting.
on that.
Cool, cool. Anything else?
That's it.
Dan?
Yeah, I just want to continue with what Ron was saying about the drainage study. We also are in a bunch of meetings about the new flood maps that are coming out from FEMA. They haven't been updated since
83.
So,
There could be some interesting, people will be very interested in that.
we're in the process of reviewing the changes for the town. There is definitely some changes, but doesn't seem to affect too many residents in the town, so that's good.
Okay,
Definitely not nearly what is affecting other towns, so. Other thing I wanted to cover real quick is your August 16th meeting. Now that you moved Fowler to September 6th, are you guys officially canceling that meeting?
say officially canceled, We had a
Okay.
couple members couldn't make it anyway, so.
All right.
Let's cancel that one.
So we will make sure that that's posted, that that has been
Perfect.
canceled. That's all I got for tonight.
Highway Tim.
Well, you've seen that Mertensia Road is all done, also completed Fallow Lane, that's done. Give you a quick update on Klein Brownsville Road. I don't know how many of you travel that way, but I'm sure you do. So today they did put down some asphalt. So they're getting close. They're hope to get the other rest of the binder in tomorrow. They plan to put the top on next week.
Nice.
Should be pretty close by the end of next week to being completed, but it'll probably be the week after that.
Well,
Should be open back up.
how's the work coming here on 8?
That I don't know. I haven't had any updates on
That's
that.
county, right?
That's county.
That's what I
Yeah.
figured, but I just thought
No.
you might have something.
No, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, engineering.
Nothing tonight.
Fire department is absent. I have nothing other than I know Adrian has some questions.
Before,
I'm sorry.
quick thing about the fire department, carnival this weekend
Oh,
for them. Obviously, go out and support. Parade is
Yep.
Friday night.
Right in. I know Adrian had some comments and questions about a change order that we approved. Go ahead, Adrian.
Well, yeah, is it regarding the mini storage on
Yep.
Loomis Road,
Yep.
and we especially use the house in or have it so it's supposed to be stone on the side.
Yep.
and Metal.
Yep.
So I thought they were building it wrong, so I reached out to Dan and he was fine with the field change.
Yep.
And I feel, well, I definitely feel the field change on that one is wrong. Minor things is one thing, but when you redo the whole plan or the way it looks, I mean, that should probably come back to us or something, I would think, because now you're saying the whole, basically you're telling him he can build whatever he wants. So why did he
No.
come to us?
That's not true. That's not true, not even
But it
close.
seems that way because we.
Not even close, not even close.
But we set a certain way of doing everything,
I appreciate that.
but how are we changing?
Okay.
You know,
So let's make sure we understand exactly what happened, okay? The folks building it could not get the product. Was not available.
that's not our fault.
Let me finish. The developer could not get the product that they needed to finish the project. So they asked if they could change to a different product. Staff looked at it, came to me and said, you know, we've got complete coverage in the front with screening. We've got a throughway where people are going 70, 80 miles an hour, and then we've got stuff growing behind there. Can we go ahead and make the change to the product that they currently put on there? I didn't seem to have any problem with it. Actually, probably staff could have approved it without even coming to us. Where we made a mistake was in not letting the board know that we made that change. Change orders like that are done regularly, and the fact that the staff comes to me at least to review it, I didn't personally have any problem with it. Because of the screening along the front, as well as the eventual screening in the back once they get the fence up and everything else. If you think I made a decision that was wrong, I'll be maybe a little more sensitive about it in the future. But we followed what we've been following for many, many years, probably, for sure. So I apologize, Dan. Go ahead, Doug.
No, it's, on that one though, it's spelled out specifically in the code, from what I recall, that is required on a mini warehouse that has, you know, a facade fronting a highway, I think is what the code said. Cause I mean, that was one of the things that, you know, when that project came out, I was going, well, I mean, there's enough scrub brush behind it, it should shield it, but it is still a requirement in code and stuff.
You came, we took out all the screening across back there because it was gonna be the rock stuff and not.
Yeah,
Screening,
I guess.
planning's back there because of the way it's gonna look anyways, and the scrub brush, so we were like, okay, there's X and X. You don't think you need to add all this? I just don't think that's a field change. In my mind, that is not a field change that should came back to.
Something that's
A field change is minor, that's a whole design change. If the guy can't come up with a product and then do something else, then he's gotta come back. I mean, that's not just moving a light pole 10 feet because it's in, like, it was offset, or it's in a braid, it's gonna hit a truck or something like that. That's a little minor, but when you're changing the whole look of what the project is supposed to be, and now it's being built, and that's not what it's through all the minutes. I mean, I haven't printed dates and time. This is what it's supposed to be. So in my mind, the field change was overstepped because it's major and it's design stuff. It's not just, I mean, if we're, why go through all this work to say X, X, and X, and X, even with the code? And he can't get the product or do something. Okay, well, then he needs to figure this out, but we all should have that input versus just making that change, because now you're setting precedents, everybody can come through here, "Oh, I can't buy that product. It's gonna cost too much, or that they can't get it anymore, and now they're gonna change my project, and we're just gonna sign off on it."
Well, it's good feedback, and it's for me, because I'm the one that again agreed to it, it's my fault. because staff came and said that their interpretation was it wasn't major. And that this is the way it was, and personally, I felt because of the eventual screening that'll go on the back once they finish up the fence and all the stuff from the
There's
other way.
no fence on that.
Well, they haven't put it in yet. There's a fence all the way around.
And the fence is only,
Ties in the building.
is a white,
Yeah.
It's one time in the building.
but it's only a white picket fence behind the neighbors. Or whatever to block that solid fence.
It's
and then
not,
chain link everywhere
it's not
else.
white.
Well,
It has to be a natural color,
or whatever.
solid, 6
Solid.
foot,
But then the rest is then they put the trees behind.
which it sounds like the applicant is going to run the rest of the fence the same because there's not much chain link. It's almost all the solid vinyl fence.
Well, I'm just saying everything, the thing said it was changed the rest of the way, so.
But if you look at the rest of the way, there's not
There's not
much.
left. I mean, it's a little corner.
Right.
Right,
So-
side, and it's like in between the two buildings. It's-
Right, so there isn't a fence.
But I don't see a
There's
fence,
the rest is
I
gonna
don't see
go
a fence in the back of those buildings, he's gonna use the back of
That's
the building
true.
as the
That's
wall.
Right.
So you're still gonna see the back of the building.
Okay, I overstepped. Well, I don't think I overstepped. I think I made a determination. And, I'll be more sensitive in the future. I mean, it was my decision to do that. I didn't think it was a big deal. Along the thruway, people are going 70 to 80 miles an hour and there's brush gonna grow there behind that building once they finish the construction anyway. So that was my thought on the rest of it, screening all the way around, so. My fault.
Well, I think on any major side changes like that, that people are eliminating stuff like that. I mean, 'cause I noticed, I think on the one at Colette as well. And they had shown stone on that one facade fronting Colette as well, I believe, in the rendering. But that's not solid either, so.
They plate.
Oh,
I thought that one wall where it was facing Colette had stone on it. Well, at least halfway up that mimicked his other building. You know, 'cause his other building had, half a wall at least of.
check that out. So,
And I'm,
I'll take
I mean, I understand,
Right.
there's been some minor ones on some of the other projects that, usually spitball and said, they need to move. A light pole or something, the light's still fine, but it was in the way of the axle, they had to do this or something, I get that, you know what I mean, there's no sense in holding them up, but when you're doing a whole design change, in my opinion, or. Make it look not what was approved, and then you go by and. I thought there was a problem, like. I mean, I thought there'd be maybe some block there or something, and then you metal the front or something, or how are you covering this now after it's already built? I know it's not done, but maybe it's coming, now it's not coming, so it's just.
Is there more to go on again? I mean, is it finished?
The buildings, how they are right now are,
Okay, I
Approved
haven't
finish,
tried
yeah.
it at all, so.
I mean, they still have to put the fence in, they still have to put a landscaping in,
But whatever is on that wall is.
it is complete.
I don't be more sensitive in the future, and, the other thing that we talked about very clearly is that. Whenever there is a change, we need to make sure that staff brings it back, we bring it back, to let you guys know what's going on.
So-
We do,
I mean, even if you gotta blow an email out, so it takes our next, now we don't have a meeting until September. Maybe it's a minor thing, you throw an email out. Within a day or so, I can respond to, is this a problem or should, you know what I mean, I think, but. I just feel like this one was a bigger field change. It changes the whole look. So, you're just
So let me just
building X.
give you a little more
Mine-
background on the field changes though. Field changes can be approved by the code officer up to a certain amount of size by square footage by the code without coming back here. We've never done that. But I mean, technically, I could approve this change without the board by our town code. It's one of the sections in there that allows for projects to keep moving without being tied up into a board. We have always.
Gray area and all that. That's a gray area here again, because now everybody shows up, we go through this way it should be built. Well, and now and I get you have
But-
the power, but
I'm just,
now
no,
they can't get the product,
But
because
if
this will be for.
it goes against what's in the special use, though, Dan.
Yeah,
you
that's-
have to follow what's in the special use.
The special use wouldn't deal with the design, it would be a site plan consideration.
But it's right in the special.
It's in the special use permit.
All sides of the buildings in front of the highway should have stone or stock or. I mean,
It was part of the special use, it's one
I
of.
mean, it's in the special use because that's what we, but that. came
Well,
right out of
I'm
the code, so
I'm
I-
just saying generically, field changes.
Yeah, generically, yeah.
Any field change, not any field change, but up to a certain amount, code officer can do. it.
Sure.
I have always included staff in the chairman in all the field changes. To make sure that I mean, what I'm saying is there's just not one person saying, we're good to go with this. And one thing I've talked to Ed about is, yes, we will be sending out emails to this effect of field changes, but as Ed said, there's a lot of field changes.
That we don't want to even give. I mean,
Right,
I
yes.
understand that, but.
I get that, and I'm not,
Yeah, we appreciate
I'm not
it.
against all that, I mean, I know before, like, we, Ed's told us real quick, like, there was a field change 2 days ago in our meeting stage, he was like, hey, I did a field change on X.
Right.
It was, like I said, I don't know, move the light pole because of a problem, and
Yeah.
in the light, the spillage is high.
Yeah.
Okay, like I get that, but when you're changing the whole look,
Facade.
the product,
So, and
that's, all-
want-
I feel like that's different,
yeah,
in my book. I mean,
And that, but
what's
that's
the sense
again
of
on
going
me.
through and
They
doing
came to
all
me
this?
and I went ahead and said it was okay, because I didn't have a personal problem.
Right.
But I'll be more sensitive in the future.
Yeah.
My fault,
Yeah.
guys, not staff fault, because they did everything that we've been doing for years. And I didn't think it was a big deal personally. I should have come back to the whole board and said, hey, guys, you know, what do you think about this? But I didn't do that. It's my fault.
so, and that's the other thing that I usually always ask them, do you want this to go back to your
It
board?
does. It often does.
Okay.
So, I mean. Again, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you guys might not recognize. And maybe in this case, maybe we might not pick the wrong option. But
One thing
I
just in the future, I mean, anything that's a larger facade change like that, I know I would want to. You know, or.
I will.
Well, and
take
that's-
that under consideration.
that's your chairman.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm still gonna follow that procedure of asking the chairman.
Yep.
So
And it's
if
my-
you want
like I said,
him,
This is on me, guys. It's nothing to say, on me.
the minor stuff is fine.
I understand. I
You gotta move
understand.
a sewer pipe, you gotta do something weird, I
Yeah.
don't know, but whatever you guys do. I get that,
Yeah.
like, come on, they
Yeah.
draw it, this like, that pipe ain't gonna work there, it needs to be moved here. It's not gonna, you know, okay, just move on, but
Yeah,
when you're moving, changing the whole facade, look, I mean, I don't, obviously, we. Know about it, because we go through it and see it over and over, right, the whole building, right? But, so when you go driving by it, it's built different, it's just way out, it's like, that's not what I was expecting.
you could also put it in your rules and procedures. If you wanted to.
we don't need to change anything.
Yeah.
We just need to have me be a little more sensitive to those types of things and bring it back to the whole board. This is when I should have said, yeah, let's bring it back to the board. It changes the look of the building enough that we should do that. My fault. Okay,
And probably more information than I needed.
well, we'll go from there. We'll bring it back to the board the next time, or I'll do my best to do that. But with that, change orders are gonna be reviewed, at least major ones, a little minor.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? Motion to, what, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Motion to adjourn by Tim, seconded by Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry, guys, like I said, it's totally my fault.